Hey, it's Pastor James, and I am standing at Saddlebrook Subdivision. We are focusing in this devotional time on loving your neighbor, being a good neighbor, and so we're going out into the county and the city to be on location at different subdivisions to remind you that this is just simply about being a good neighbor to the people around you. And there are a lot of passages in the Bible that talk about being a good neighbor. One of those is Jeremiah 29:7. I think lots of people know Jeremiah 29:11, but the verses prior to that talk about the fact that Israel was sent in exile into different parts of the world, and they were depressed, they were broken, they were sad, and they really had little hope. And Jeremiah came as a prophet to them to give them instructions on how they are to live. And the way they were to live was to live redemptive, to be involved in the lives of people around them. And he says to them, seek the flourishing, the well-being of the place which you have been called or sent in exile. For in its flourishing or prospering, you will prosper and you will flourish. You know, there's a very practical part of that. When you think about your neighborhood, your neighbors, when they flourish, you flourish. For example, if they are dealing with financial issues and they can't afford to cut their grass or repair their house, if you will take the time to help them, then their property will improve and your value will improve and you will flourish and they will flourish. If your neighbor is sick, if they have struggles going on physically, you help them and that's going to help you. If your neighbor's kids are going through difficult times and you love on those kids, and those kids aren't going to be a problem in your neighborhood, and they're going to prosper and you're going to prosper. There's a practical means to it, but that's really not the most important message that Jeremiah is trying to say. Jeremiah is trying to say is that we are a people called by God, created by God, and providentially overseen by God, who has infinite resources, infinite possibilities for using us to be a redemptive presence in the world. And when they thought they were down, God was saying through Jeremiah to the Israelites, you are not a people who are hopeless. You're a people who have hope. You're a people who have redemptive power. Go use that in the world around you. Spiritually bless the people who live around you. You can see inherently it's a good idea to do that, but also it is a great testimony of the love of God and the redemptive power of God to be that kind of person in your community. So I encourage you to consider, what does it look like to seek the well-being and the flourishing of your neighbor? The ones you like, the ones you don't know, the ones you don't like, the ones that you are yet to find out about. What's it like to do that? Go find them, go talk to them, keep your eye out for your neighbor, and see if there is a way that you might help them flourish.